Got another big power amp to work on today. This one's got no sound. We've seen this one before. The last time I had it, it worked while it was here, so I didn't really have to do anything to it. But it broke down again, so now it's back. This time we're going to see if we can figure out why it's not working. Because, say, the last time it was here, took it apart, it started working, and it would not act up again. Ran for months, but now it's acting up, so let's figure out what's causing it this time. Okay, I've got one of these BGW750s again. In fact, I've had this one before. The last time I had this one, it started working when I had it, so I didn't really do anything to it. Let's power it up and see if I'll blow the breaker. No, didn't this time. But I did when I plugged it in the first time. It says it's got no sound. This is the one that wasn't working, and then it started working on its own. So it worked for a while. Sounds like it hasn't left protection mode. Relay has not kicked in for the speakers. I'll remove the top cover. If you guys remember this one from the last time it was in here several months ago, essentially all I did was lift out the board and it started working. So I don't know whether we've got an intermittent part or a connector that's still bad, because once it started working, of course, I couldn't make it fault again. Now the guy that owns this one, he has another one. The other one's the one that had the fan problem, that had the big resistor that was burned out. This one's had a different fan put in it. This one's had a computer fan put in. And his other one, well, he says the fan is too loud even when it's on low power. If there's a quiet passage of music, you can hear it. This one, I put a computer fan in this one several years ago. And of course this one's nice and quiet because it has a computer fan. His other one's got the original fan, but even when it's running at the low power, like the low speed, he can hear it. We'll just check to make sure we've got power to the transistors, which we do, 160 volts DC. So this one here will give you a good jolt if you stuck your fingers across the outputs on here. It's again, it's a high power amplifier. These ones have to be serviced with caution because it's easy to get a shock with one of these ones with this high power. So if you're going to be working on one of these things, you do have to exercise precautions and treat an amplifier like this with respect, because you can get a good jolt off of this, and with the size of capacitors that are in this unit, it's got enough energy in it to kill you. Just a fair warning up front. Yeah, after disconnecting both of them one at a time, nothing came back, so it could be a speaker protection problem. Let's look and see if there's any leakage, like if there's any voltage on the outputs, on the emitters, or any DC voltage that would be making it to the speakers that would cause this thing to go into protection mode. So there's nothing here on the emitter, nothing on that one, nothing on this one. I don't see any DC voltage. Our collectors will have voltage on them, obviously. You guys can't see my meter, can you? There's our collectors. Minus 0.3 on the base, but there's no DC offset. So there's not an amplifier problem that I can see. I should actually even be able to see the audio signal. If I clip my scope on here, I should see an audio signal going through here. This looks like it might be a speaker protection problem and not an amplifier problem. I think I may have just spotted the problem. It looks like this resistor has come undone. It's supposed to be tacked down there, and this resistor has come completely open. Interesting. Let's tack that back down and see if this amp actually works. Sometimes, you know, when when you inspect things, you spot things. I was just going to scope the output. I had scoped the other side, and I had signal, and I was going to put the scope on this side. And as I was going to clip on, I looked at that resistor looks like it's not connected, and it's not. So let's fix that. Notice that I've got the big power plug up on the bench there, giving it mains voltage, because I can't run this through my isolation transformer. It draws too much current. Still not getting any sound. Let's just check some voltages. Well, that's weird. It came on by itself. Is it my... Is it the relay? Is this bad? Let me scope my output here and see whether I got any. I got music there. I don't have anything on this side. This one I got no music. I got nothing on this side. I still don't have anything on this side. Is it my input? Oh, it might be my input. It might be my jumper lead. Let me try a different jumper lead. This uses 1/4 inch plugs, and I just have to kind of clip onto my RCA plugs with jumpers. Let's see if the other channel comes back now. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Now I got signal on both. That's weird, but it just kicked in on its own. See, I can scope it now. Yeah, I know there's a lot of noise there. It's because I'm not using shielded wires. There's one channel, and here's the other channel here. What I'm curious is it the relay that's bad? Let's just see. think I got a bad relay. I think that resistor is definitely open, but I think we got a bad relay on this. That's where the problem is on this one. Yeah. I'm tapping the speaker protection relay. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but we got a bad relay. Watch. See? It's either a connection underneath the relay or the relay is bad. So we've got it localized now. Let me just let this thing discharge for a bit. I'm going to pull the board out. I'm going to pull the relay board out, and we'll see what is going wrong with the relay. Now that we know where the problem is, let me just get this amplifier board out of the way for now. We have a problem right down here. Or is that the plug? No, that's a plug. Let's just pop the relay out. It looks like this relay might just pop right out of this thing if I release it. Looks like the relay probably just unplugs. There's the relay there. I wonder if it's the contacts in the relay or whether it's the contacts on the board itself. So I'm just going to pop this relay apart. Looks like somebody's been into this one time before because this side is cracked. So I'm just going to pop the relay apart, and we can look at the contacts and see how badly damaged or burned the contacts are. Remove the spring. And then I can remove the contacts. There's a bit of pitting on this contact, you can see it. Same with this one over here. I don't know if we can clean those off or not. And a little bit of pitting here on these contacts. We'll clean them off and put some cleaner on it. Well, at least they're not welded together, right? They're a bit pitted, but I've seen worse. So let's just put this one back together. And we'll put some contact cleaner in there and see how that's how it performs. There. That's the relay back together. We'll put the spring back on now. Go. Get some contact cleaner. I'll just use some deoxit. Put some of the deoxit D100 into the actual relay itself, onto the contacts. Okay, we'll put the relay back in. Plugs in like that, and the top, there's a retainer clip that clips onto the top of it there. Plug the board back in. Watch me trip the breaker. Nope. That's a little more like it. Check it in right away. Good sign. Yep. Excellent. Power on. Sound. Oh, what happened there? Maybe it's the coil drive. Ah. It's actually the coil drive. Watching it there when it kicked, when it wasn't on, when I tapped it, it released it. So it's not the relay itself. It looks like it's probably the connection that drives it. Either the coil is bad on the relay or it's below the board where the drive signal is sent to the relay. Okay, screws that hold the board in are on the bottom. We remove the screws on the bottom and let's just inspect the connections on here for the relay contacts. The coil are these ones over here. These are the ones that drive the coil. Let's take a close look at those ones. Yeah, that one looks kind of bad, doesn't it? Doesn't look good. I'm going to resolder them. There's the speaker amplifier outputs and the speaker outputs here, right? Left channel, right channel, and then these ones here are the contacts for the coil. The relay's back in. There we go, that's a little better. Let's see if it'll keep working. We give the relay a tap with the screwdriver to see if it'll cut out still. Ha ha ha, got it. Yep, we got it. Guaranteed, for sure. It's cutting in and out before, now it's not. So, this one's fixed. The owner of this one's gonna be pretty stoked, because he loves his amp. And believe me, I would love to have one of these too. It's a real kick-ass amp. Okay, this one's back together, top on it. Somewhere down there are screw holes. Okay, this was done. BGW systems is 750. 750 watt amplifier, 240 watts per channel, 740 watts or 750 I think is what they say. It's a mono. Yeah, 720 in bridge mode for mono, but 225 watts per channel, which into 8 ohms, which it's a kick-ass amp. Maybe I'll hollow out my Sansui 9090 and we'll do an overhaul on that one. That's I think probably a close second to this thing as far as brute power. It's got multiple outputs like that too. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.